Hey guys, Coach Ben here. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch Mastering the Takeout. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Coach Ben, how involved is the takeout process that I need to dedicate an entire video to it? Alright, you'd be surprised, my friend. The takeout process pretty much takes everything. If you watch Mastering the Setup, takes everything that you did there in the setup process and ensures that you keep it. Very easy to lose that tension in the setup. Very easy to lose the positioning you gained in the setup if you don't nail the takeout. Alright, we've seen it time and time again. Just horror videos of people at commercial gyms. They don't know how to hand off either. And they lift you way out of the rack, pretty much throw the bar at you. Now, if you're using a lot of weight, that can be extremely dangerous. So where I like to start in the takeout process is communication with your handoff. Alright, making sure you're both on the same page. Maybe you train with this person regularly, hopefully so. If you don't, you need to do a little bit of quick education. And I tell my lifters over and over, when I see this on video, when I see them get a bad handoff, I'm like, take the time. Alright, take the time. It takes a minute or two to just educate them on what you expect during that handoff process. You know, down to the details of making sure the handoff guy knows to take the bar just out of the lip. Alright, he doesn't have to lift you up any further than this little lip here that's keeping the bar in the rack. Alright, so if you're going to educate your handoff, let him know that. Start there. First, that when you get your setup, you want to talk to him. How, when is he going to bring the bar out? When is he or she going to bring the bar out for you? What I like to do, I do a 3-2-1 and breath. You can do a 3-2-1 and then go, however you want to spin it, guys. You can do a silent breath. And when they see your mouth closed, go time. I prefer to do a little bit of a countdown just in case no one's paying attention. Get their attention. 3, 2, and then I take in my air. Make sure I'm filling my belly. Alright, we're not breathing into the chest. We're not just lightly breathing in. We have plenty of time. No one's rushing us. Same with the setup. No one's rushing us. You have a 60-second clock at a meet. Take the time. 3, 2. Breathe down to the belly. And I'll tell them, I'm like, let me breathe. When my mouth closed, bring the bar out for me. How and educate them. If they don't know, again, you'll see. This is a nice competition bench. It has a little lip. Some lips at commercial gyms, they have a bigger lip. They can get pretty aggressive. Alright, but make sure that your handoff person knows all he has to do is just enough to take it out. Alright, no more than he has to do to clear this. Right, what you're going to end up doing, I'm going to talk about with you, establishing the lockout, dragging the bar out the rest of the way. Another important thing that you want them to know, while it's important to just clear this, get you to that lockout position, they want to gradually let you feel the weight as you're coming out. And what I mean by that is, if you have 300 pounds on the bar, you don't want to feel like empty bar, shit, 300 pounds. Alright, what's that going to happen is you're not going to be expecting it. It's going to be hard to stay tight. It's just going to drop you for a second. And you're going to almost have to press that bar back up. Alright, you don't want that. And when it's even more weight, you definitely don't want that. Very dangerous. Make sure they know, hey, let me gradually feel it. So maybe it's 200, 275, or 200, 225, 250, and then to 300 as you're coming out gradually. You're not just getting all that weight dumped on you at one time. Okay? Those are the main things to talk about with your handoff person. When to take the bar out, how to take the bar out, also where to bring the bar. Alright? Don't let them just drop you near your neck. Alright? You want to bring that bar out to the point you're going to touch. Right low on the sternum. Alright? We don't want to end up with the bar with 300 something pounds near our neck and have to drag it out the rest of the way. We want them to take us to the point we need to be. Alright? So that's what I would start talking about with your handoff. Make sure those responsibilities are set in place. I know it may seem a little redundant we're talking about this. Some of you already know that, but you'd be surprised at how many fail at this communication aspect. And we can't even begin talking takeout process if we don't have this conversation with whoever is handing us off. All right, because it doesn't matter what we do. If we get a shitty handoff, nothing we can do with it. All right, so we have to make sure that's set in place. Responsibilities on you as the lifter for the takeout process. All right, what's important is that we develop tightness to the bar before the bar is coming out of the rack. All right, so we set our hands, we're bending with our lats. We need to establish lockout. Number one thing, after getting tight to that bar, establish lockout on the way out. So we don't want to take the bar light. See how my elbows are bent here? If I take the bar and I stay in a bent position, right, I drag it out. It may seem nicer because I don't have to press as far, right? But I need to make sure I take it locked out. All right, it's going to be much more valuable to me to take it locked out, be able to get into my lats. If I take it soft, I already have tension on my triceps. All right, I'm already putting tension in muscle groups I don't want. So making sure, bending the bar, establish lockout early, and then drag that bar down to the point that you're going to drop it. All right, during the takeout, say you got dumped near your neck, right, we're up here. We don't want to start our lift from up here. All right, we want to start our lift from where we're going to touch. So I would need to bring it out right here. Now I can come straight down to that spot, boom, fired back. If I take the bar down from here, it becomes awkward. I either have to drop my elbows, it's going to make for a weird touch. I'm not going to hit the right spot. You never want to come down at a drastic angle. All right, try to bring that bar out to where you need it. Come down to that spot, fire back. All right, so I'm going to piece it all together for you so you can take a look at a good takeout process. All right, we're going to start with bending the bar. So we communicated with our handoff person, pinch and tuck, we're doing our setup, everything you saw in mastering the setup. I'm going to get my grip to the bar. Now, right here, I'm not bending or breaking the bar with my arms. All right, this is loose. Sure, I'm breaking it, but it's with my arms. I want to bend it with my back. So you can see my lats here engage. See what happens when I do that? My elbow, you'll see my elbow turns in, right? And you'll see my armpit close off. See that subtle move? So I could actually pinch something in my armpit. I hate when I see lifters take the bar with an open armpit because that ensures that they're going to get into their shoulder. We're trying to avoid putting tension into our shoulder or our tricep for that matter at all costs. We want to be very engaged with our lats. Big muscle back here does a lot on the bench, whether you expect it or not. Lats are huge for the bench, okay? So again, developing that tightness right off the bat. This is before we're even calling for the person to take us out. Watch what happens. So my elbows turn in and my armpit closes off. See that tightness I'm developing? I'm shaking here. That's how hard I'm bending. All right, I'm shaking. Now, I call for the handout. 3, 2, watch my belly. Big expansion. I'm pushing back. I'm developing tightness. They're going to hand me out just over the lips. I'm thinking tricep extension to lockout. Very important here. Tricep extension to lockout. I'm closed off. I need to establish that lockout first and foremost. All right, see my elbows locked out? Now, I'm going to drag that bar down to the point where I'm going to touch. Very subtle, not much movement. We're already locked out. Right there. I'm dragging it with my lats. It's like a lat pullover motion. All right. A lot of people they fail at the takeout and they hold their handoff person near their neck because they're trying to command the weight with their shoulders and not let their lats take over. All right. Your shoulder blades need to move as you bring that weight out. All right. So for example, if I bend it, I take it out, lock it out. If I'm trying to command with my shoulders here, if I bring it out, now that weight feels like it's going to drop on my stomach. So I can't blame someone if they have 300 pounds and they take it out trying to command it with their shoulders. If I have this bar out here, this thing feels like it's just going to fall towards my stomach. Alright, not a position you want to be in. Alright, but they said I want to come out here to the point I want to touch. Well, no, your shoulders need to follow with you. There's some technique to it. You can't just bring that bar to that spot. You have to get out of your shoulders and let your shoulder blades travel down with the weight. So I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, again, getting ready for our takeout process here. Hands are on the bar. Bending with my lats. 3, 2, I get my hand off, tricep extended to lockout. Boom, right there. Now I'm dragging. Watch my shoulder blades travel with the bar. See how I'm pinching off my armpits even more. Alright, now I'm comfortable. Now I can come straight down. Watch if I command with my shoulders. I'm in my shoulders. Feel like I'm going to dump the bar. Shoulder blades need to travel with it. Alright, does that make sense to everyone? So, that cueing sequence I just gave you, bend the bar in the rack, tricep extend to lockout, drag that bar down like you're dragging through mud, lat pullover motion, those 3 general takeout cues, I noticed huge benefit to lifters. I actually had a speed unit linked up to the weight, records meters per second, how fast the bar is moving. I was finding very significant changes in that speed, increasing about 0.03 meters per second, give or take, for each lifter I was trying that cueing sequence with. Alright, that's not by happenstance. Something's happening during that takeout phase. Alright, they're staying tighter, their shoulders are traveling with that bar, they're getting into their lats, and it's setting them up for a better press. So that takeout process, very involved, more so than you think, and it can help your bench. If you're moving faster with sub-max weights, alright, what do you think is going to happen with max weights? Alright, now we're in a position where we can increase our bench a little bit. We're moving faster with sub-max weights. Something's occurring during that takeout that's keeping us tighter, putting us in a better position to bench. Alright, so again, to recap for you, we want to communicate with the handoff person. We don't know if they know much about what we're doing. We need to educate them first. Take that minute, go over what I just told you. Alright, hey, I'm going to do this, 3, 2, 1. Breathe into my belly with my mouth closed, hand me out. When you hand me out, all you need to do is just enough to get me over this lip. I'm going to lock out, and then you're just going to help me bring it right over my sternum. I'll guide you there, right? And then just gradually let me feel the weight. That's all you got to say. Took me 20 seconds to describe that to you, okay? Sequence again. Bend the bar while it's in the rack before you even call for it. Bend that bar. Get tight to it. Alright? Tricep extend to lockout. Establish it. And drag into position. Now we're ready to go, guys. That's pretty much all there is to it. Keep it nice and simple. Very important process. We're taking everything that we learned in mastering the setup and through mastering the takeout, going through that takeout process, we're maintaining that leverage we created, that positioning. We're maintaining that leg drive, everything, all that good stuff coming into our lats. Alright, we're not losing any of that. Alright, it's very easy with a poor takeout to lose a lot of what we did during the setup. Why bother setting up if it's just going to go to trash during the takeout? So, very important process, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Coach Ben at bigbenchas.com. I'm never annoyed by questions. I love seeing your videos. Feel free to send them in. Link an Instagram video. I'll be glad to take a look for you. I hope this video you learned a good thing or two. Alright, please let me know if anything helped you. If you have any further questions, reach out. Coach Ben. And you know where to find me. You can meet me on the